So I get asked often, well, number one, how often should I be posting on LinkedIn? But I would say more importantly, what should I be posting on LinkedIn? So in today's training, in today's episode, I'm going to break down how often to publish and what you should publish if you are going to create content on LinkedIn, which you should. Now, before I dive into today's episode and training, very exciting announcement. This is something that Nancy and I have been building behind the scenes for the last couple of years. We've been looking to build a community, private community for business professionals, service providers, coaches, and consultants that are really struggling with what to be doing on LinkedIn content wise, from ideas to chat GPT prompts to the structure of posts, this, that, or the other. So at the end of March, we're going to be officially opening up the doors for our founding members of the Expert Content Society. Now, the Expert Content Society, as I mentioned, is a private community where each month we're going to be doing a training on a different form of LinkedIn content, how it should be structured. There's going to be worksheets, there's going to be prompts, there's going to be resources, there's going to be guest trainings, there's going to be prizes for those that take action, there's going to be challenges. And what we have found in doing the research that we've done is that people are looking to do more on LinkedIn. They just don't know how to do it or in what means to do it. And that's what you're going to find in this private community. So right now we are taking on waitlist members that would like to join when we officially open the doors at the end of March. So if you're watching on social, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and you would like to get on the wait list to be one of the first 50 people to be one of the founding members of the Expert Content Society. It's a private community strictly about LinkedIn content and how you can use it to grow your business. All you have to do is type in the chat waitlist, the word waitlist, or if you're listening on the podcast, just go to the description of the episode, click the link, and that will get you on the wait list. We're closing the wait list once we get to 100 people. And those will basically be the first 100 people that have the opportunity to get the founding members rate when we do officially open the doors at the end of March of 2025. So type the word waitlist in the comments if you're on social, or grab the link in the chat. So 3 posts to publish on LinkedIn each week. So I first want to start off by saying, number one, 97% of the 1 billion plus people on LinkedIn aren't publishing any content at all. Yes, you heard that right. 97% of the people on LinkedIn never publish a thing, which means only 3% of the LinkedIn population is producing one piece of content or more per week. If you want to take advantage of the visibility factor of the LinkedIn algorithm, your personal brand, your business brand, showcasing your expertise, if you commit to posting 3 posts per week on LinkedIn, you will be good as gold. Now, what I will say first and foremost, I don't care if you do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever it is. Choose 3 days that you're going to publish these posts. And there are 3 in particular that if you can adopt this, you should do this. Now, the first are video posts. So video posts can be broken down into multiple categories. So you have LinkedIn Lives, which are what I do twice a week on LinkedIn. You can do short form clipped videos. So it's a lot of the Instagram Reel, YouTube Short, Facebook Reel, TikTok style, where it's clipped, it's edited. There's maybe some emojis, there's some B-roll, there's captions, and it's very engaging that way. And you see these videos anywhere between 30 to 59 seconds. Then you have regular vertical videos where people are not clipping it. They're basically just grabbing their phone. They are hitting record through the LinkedIn mobile app and just doing like a quick 30-second to 2-minute tip video that directly publishes from the recording on your phone right to LinkedIn. So there's no captions, there's no emojis, it's unedited, it's raw footage, and basically you're just shooting the video and posting it. And then the other is a longer form of pre-recorded video content, somewhere between 2 to 4 minutes. And this is not done vertically, it's typically done horizontally. So you'll see someone maybe record themselves on a Zoom, and it's basically a 2 to 4 minute tip video or education or industry update type video where they're pushing the content out that way. And they're taking that MP4 video that they've recorded on their computer, and they are then obviously uploading it right to the LinkedIn desktop, or obviously they can even do it through the mobile app. So my honest feeling is that if you pick one day a week to do one of those 4 examples, and the reason why video is probably the hottest form of content right now on LinkedIn, because if you think about it, there are more people that are putting out written content or visual content, whether it's a text post or an image text post, than video content. And video is always going to still trump everything else in the sense that it's the best way to build a know, like, and trust with your audience because they can see you, they can feel you, they can hear you. And it's also something where they can kind of take notes. So if you're doing like a little 2 to 4 minute tip video, people can watch that video. And if they know that you're going to be covering a few different things, it's actually something that they can actually write down and then take action. But it's also the best way to connect with new people that you haven't spoken to yet offline. So it really does elevate that know, like, and trust factor. So one day a week, picking one of those days to do a video post. Now, the second is a market research poll question. So I've talked about this in prior episodes and prior trainings. I fully believe that if you want to increase the engagement rate of your content and the people within your network on LinkedIn, you have to find out what they want, in the sense that people engage in content that they find useful, helpful, and allow them to move their business forward with just taking a look at your content. So what does that mean if we are going to be leveraging market research poll questions? Ask a question to your LinkedIn audience that reveals a specific pain point or area of frustration. So let me give you an example. So if I wanted to find out, with the connections and the people that follow my account on LinkedIn, if I want to find out what they're struggling with, a simple thing that I can do is I can ask a question to my LinkedIn network. And the overarching question could be, what do you feel is the biggest room of improvement you can have for LinkedIn? And then I give some choice options. That could be improving my profile, improving who I connect with, improving my messaging and sales. Other comment below. So what does this do? Well, number one, it really highlights and showcases that specific pain point that you're, as the content creator, that you're looking to really find out from your audience. Remember, you're connecting with people and you're building a network on LinkedIn to be a problem solver. People pay for solutions. So if you want to acquire more clients on LinkedIn, if you want to create more business on LinkedIn, then you have to provide solutions to their problems via your content. So using the example that I just said, so it was profile, building your network, or messaging and creating sales. So what if after that poll question is up, the overwhelming response that people wanted to improve upon was optimizing their LinkedIn profile, right? So that one hands down. So what that says to me is, okay, this is a specific area that my network wants to improve, and they're interested in learning how to do it, which is the most important thing. Because if you want more eyeballs on your stuff, if you want people to engage more, you produce content around things that they want, not things that you think they want. So I know for certain, by doing these market research polls, I know for certain that these individuals want to learn how to optimize their LinkedIn profile. So now I have the data. Data is so important when you're looking to increase your activity on LinkedIn. So what that does is it helps me say, okay, I know that my network is struggling with wanting to learn how to optimize their LinkedIn profile. So how can I get that message across to them now, knowing what they're struggling with? Well, that brings me to my third point, which is use that market research information to then create a long form written post. And you have a couple different options. That could be a newsletter edition, like the one that I have, LinkedIn Tips and Updates. That could be an individual article, which people still write, which basically just goes out into the ethos of LinkedIn, compared to a newsletter, which goes to specific subscribers of that newsletter. Third, could be a text post. So it could be just a text post by itself or an image text post. So what's the difference between the three of those? Well, newsletters and articles, I believe you can have up to 100,000 characters. So very, very long. Text posts, you can only have up to 3,000 characters. So what you have to realize that if you're a writer, you may want to consider a newsletter edition or an individual article, or if it's shorter form. So again, the fact that you're allowed up to 100 to 125,000 characters for a newsletter or a individual article, for that writer, for that person that really likes to put their stuff into words, I would go that way. If that seems like a daunting task, and it doesn't have to be that long. My newsletter editions are typically 5,000 to 6,000 words in length, which is basically double from a text post on LinkedIn, which is 3,000. But either way, a 3,000 character text post is pretty long. And what I'll say is that this is something that will definitely benefit you, because it gives you that space, now knowing the pain point, to go into greater detail. So what you're doing now from the poll question, now that you understand what people are struggling with, now you can take that information and go into greater detail. So using my example. So if I know that people are wanting to learn how to better optimize their LinkedIn profile, I can do a post, an article, or a newsletter edition on 3 ways to better optimize your LinkedIn profile. So I can give those 3 tips. I can go into significant detail if I'm doing an individual article or a newsletter edition, or I can go into a brief description of those 3 tips if I'm doing just a regular text post or an image text post. So now you're just giving a greater description and a greater feel and deeper information based on what your network wants to know. And that's why doing these LinkedIn market research poll questions is going to help. So these are the 3 posts that you really want to put out there. So doing a video post to engage your audience, a market research poll to find out what people are struggling with, and then using that market research poll to create a long form written post, whether it be a newsletter, an article, or a text post. Now, one last reminder before we sign off from today's training and episode. If you would like to be one of the first 100 people to have the opportunity to be one of the founding members with discounted pricing for life to our Expert Content Society community, which is a LinkedIn content-focused community to help coaches, consultants, business professionals, and service providers grow their business through our structured approach to creating content on LinkedIn. If you're listening on the podcast, go to the description, click on the link for the waitlist, or if you're watching on social, just drop the word waitlist in the comments and I will send you the link privately. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love and gratitude, and I'll talk to you next time.